this week where dad worked overnights. And so mom was arguing against dad having visitation during the week because he worked overnight. She was worried about dad not being there to pick up the child from daycare, dad not being there in the mornings to, take the child to school because he's going to have to sleep. Well, a kind of a hidden argument in that aspect is, so we got dad got extended weekends, Thursday to Monday. But then we snuck in a clause which gave him right of first refusal. So if he works, 4 to 11 or 3 to 11 at night, 3 p.m. to 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., he could then wake up the next morning, pick up the child from daycare, go do his daily activities with the child, have the child back at daycare when he has to go to work. That's that right of first refusal, is that he has the right to go get the child from daycare. And, around this area, we have a lot of factory workers, a lot of people that work kind of odd graveyard shifts. That's something we like to use to get our dads more time, because at that point, they almost have more time than the mother does because she's working all the time, like during the day. So that's kind of a nugget.
That's one of the best arguments, and we live in an area out here. I'm primarily in Riverside and San Bernardino County. There are a lot of factories, a lot of warehouses, and you have that, and that tends to be one of the better arguments. But on the flip side, one of the things that's been extremely frustrating to me are the men who, let's say they don't work the overnight, but they work the 5:30 to 2:30. That's what's become the challenge, because mom walks into court and says they can't put the kids on the bus. Grandma has to every morning, or they have to bring them over to me. And I have not seen it in any of my clients yet, but I've seen it in a lot of the females, the other parties, where they're not working. They stopped working during COVID and they haven't went back. But I think that goes to being solutions based in how you respond. Understand what your strengths are and the time you're going to be available. If you work graveyards, you're at work when the kid's asleep. You should be able, you have an opportunity to maximize the amount of quality time you can spend with your child. You just have to realize that given the situation, it may be tough for you to have quote unquote overnights, but you may have close to 50-50 physical custody, and you're going to have more quality time with your kid.
Right. And it's really funny you mentioned that. I have a trial next week on a guy. You said 5:30 to 2:30. I've got a guy next week that he works 4 to 1, 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's the same argument that mom makes, is that he's not there to take the kids to school. Literally, grandma has to take him to school. And that's when we sneak in that right of first refusal, is that, okay, well, he might get off at 1. He can pick the kids up, from 2, I think they get out at like 2:30 to 5. They can hang out. And then as long as he has him back mom by 5, then that's kosher. And he can do that 5 days a week. So that's an extra 15 hours or 12 and a half hours that he gets with the kids each week.
Yeah, you get if you have one of those weird schedules, you work in the morning, you get that right of first refusal put in there. All of a sudden, you think about in the summer, they may be being watched by someone, they may have something coming on, and all of a sudden, every single afternoon, you're going to be able to go pick them up. You're going to be able to go spend time with them. So not to maybe focus on, because judges are going to want parents, no matter what state you're in, to do whatever activities. And it just may not be possible with your job for you to be able to put them on the bus. And that's fine. But there are other advantages you're going to have.